The idea of the Wildlands is that it's going to be a living laboratory. It's going to be an outdoor space where kids can interact with nature.
Kids can participate and learn about native plants, native species, and how they're all interconnected.
There was a scheduled bungalow removal, which started this whole process. And we've been lobbying the LAUSD to take the asphalt out and to let us plant a green space here.
This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How often do schools have 25,000 square feet of open space to do something with?
We're trying to put a garden in every school in the city of Los Angeles. We've done about 42 to date, and Walgrove Elementary will be our 45th.
There's going to be various beds with different types of habitat gardens throughout here, and paths going throughout. And then down at that end, along where those trees are in that fence, there's going to be a riparian forest or riparian area, which it's going to sort of have a dry creek bed running the length of it, some creekside or riparian plantings like sycamores and rushes and sedges, things like that like, a lot of water.
We'll be planting a pollinator garden directly adjacent to the edibles garden. So ideally we are able to up our pollinator population and thereby making our edibles garden even more viable.
There'll be opportunities to do more native plantings, schoolyard habitat gardens, where you actually are creating habitat and tying it to a science program on campus. So you have curriculum-based science that happens in the garden that you're creating.
I was inspired by the LA Times article about Leo Politi Elementary School, which is off of the 10 freeway in Vermont.
The principal there, Brad Rumble, he's a really active birder and member of LA Audubon. He decided, let's build a garden. Let's build a wildlife habitat. And so they had a small area that they decided to green.
And just by doing that little space and turning, putting native plants out there, it has attracted so many native birds and bugs and different creatures that their science scores are then skyrocketing.
And I think that creating this enthusiasm for nature and showing how everything connects up, how science and nature and math are all part of the learning experience, so that you can learn in the garden and not just in the classroom.
This is not just an effort that's happening at Walgrove. This is a citywide and really actually a national movement that's happening. People are really understanding very clearly that kids need to have a tangible connection to nature.
We want our kids to be playing in the dirt and observing the insects that come and the birds and thinking about how they're connected to their ecosystem and what it means to be 30 blocks away from the ocean. So we see those as incredible opportunities for learning.
When I think about a space like this, I think about the peace and the serenity and the calm within the crazy world that is a school.
It's just a really exciting transformation here, not only of the school, but we want to make this property an asset to this community.
Everyone is interested, they're engaged. So what that has taught me is that nature is a place that brings everyone together.
The kids will have a head start on having a relationship with nature. I just think that's incredibly powerful for kids to get exposed to that.
The access to nutritious food and access to green space and access to gardens is about social justice. And for far, far, far too long, kids in certain parts of the city have had that access and kids in other parts of the city haven't. So the true mark of our success is not only that we're able to do it at every school in the Venice complex, but we can take what we learned in the Venice complex and apply it all across the city.